Welcome to St. Louis Community Credit Union. I'm Trina. Today we're going to talk about investing basics. Before we get started, I'd like to let you know that I'm not going to give you investment advice. I'm just going to give you ideas and let you know some basic investing principles. So before we get started, get out a pen and paper because I know you'll have some questions and I'll let you ask me those at the end. Our objectives today are to explain investment goals. I'm going to help you determine your attitude toward risk. We're going to discuss types of investments. We're going to find some tools to minimize your risk. And I'm going to help you avoid investment mistakes. Before we get started, you need to get your business in order. You need to establish your emergency fund. Your emergency fund consists of 3 to 6 months of your spending. That includes your house payment or rent. It includes your utility bills. It includes your loans like your car payment. It includes food and other incidental expenses. You need 3 to 6 months. If you're in a down economy, you might even want more than that. Next, you need to pay down your debt. You need to manage your credit cards, pay off your loans if they're at a high rate. It doesn't make sense to pay 15% on a car loan or 15% or 20% on a credit card just to invest it at 3%. Once you've done that, you need to cover your insurance. Remember, car insurance is a law. Get your car insurance, your homeowner's insurance, your health insurance. Have all your insurance needs covered. Next, you need to plan for retirement. If you've got a 401k at your office, invest in your 401k, at least up to your employer's match. That's free money. If there's no 401k, use an IRA. You need to plan for retirement. Put your life in order. Budget for your short-term goals, save for your intermediate goals, and invest for your long-term goals. There are different ways to set your goals. You could say you want to save a specific dollar amount by a certain time in history. Or you may want to be more general and say that you want to have enough money for tuition when your kids are old enough to go to college. You may want to say you want to save a specific dollar amount for a certain reason, like retirement, or to buy a house, or even just to buy a car. Once you set your goals, you have to understand your attitude towards risk. You need to know if you're conservative, moderately aggressive, or even aggressive. You're going to know that by how you feel when you start to invest. If you start losing sleep at night, your palms get sweaty, you get nervous about making investments, you're probably conservative. If you get a real high out of the thought of investing and getting out in the market and you don't worry about losing some money, you're probably aggressive. You'll know where you fall in there. When you invest, you need to know that your money is less liquid. There's no guarantee that your value is going to increase, and most products are not insured. Therefore, when you're investing, you accept more risk in exchange for potentially higher rates of return. There are also tax implications in your investments. There are taxable, tax-deferred, and tax-exempt investments. Here are the tools we talked about. There's the magic of compounding. When you get into compounding, you need to ask whoever you're investing with, what's the frequency of the compounding? Is it daily? Is it weekly? Or is it even monthly or quarterly? You need to know the rule of 72. The rule of 72 is how long it takes for your investment to double. The magic of compounding works like this. Let's assume that you have $50 a month to invest. Let's assume that you can get 8% average for that. Over 10 years, that's going to build up to $9,147. If you continue to invest that $50 a month at that average 8% rate, it's going to build up to $29,451. Now, from 10 years to 20 years, it more than doubled. The reason it more than doubled is your interest is earning interest. If you go out to 30 years with that same investment, you're going to have $74,518. Then you've got the rule of 72. Remember, that's the one that tells us how long it takes for your money to double. The rule of 72 works like this. Let's assume that you have 6% that you're getting on your investment. You take 72 and divide it by 6, and you find out that it's going to take 12 years for that investment to double. There are 3 types of investments. The 3 basic types are your cash or your cash equivalents. That's savings accounts, CDs, treasury bills, and money market accounts. You've got bonds. Bonds are loans to corporations or governments. And you've got stock. Stock is an ownership in a company. Your cash-related investments, like your savings accounts, they have advantages. They're safe, you have guaranteed principal, and they're liquid. They convert quickly to cash. You can use them for your emergency fund, you can use them for short-term goals, and you can even use them for gifts. The bonds, those are loans to corporations or governments. You lend money to a government or a municipality in return for interest income. The advantages to the bonds that they pay a little higher rate than cash. They're relatively safe, but they're not insured. They help diversify your portfolio of stock, and you produce a steady stream of income. The disadvantages to bonds are that they pay a lower average rate of return than your riskier investments or your stocks. Stocks, remember, stockholders are owners of a company. The size of that company affects your risk. Stocks are categorized. You have growth and value stocks, you have large cap and mid cap stocks, and small cap stocks. The advantage of stock is that historically they've had a higher rate of return. The disadvantage is that they're more risky than savings accounts and CDs, and they're not federally insured. Then there's mutual funds. Mutual funds are a mix of stocks, bonds, and money market securities. The advantage to your mutual fund is that it's already diversified. It's professionally managed, it's convenient, and you can invest small amounts. The manager of that fund will take small amounts of money and put it with other people's money and pull it together to put it in an investment that you may not be able to afford on your own. The disadvantage to the mutual fund, again, it's more risky than a savings account or a CD, and it's not federally insured. When you start investing, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You need to diversify. You need a mix of growth, income, and stability. You have to decide how much of your portfolio is going to be devoted to various categories of assets. How much is going to be in stock, how much in bonds, and how much in cash. Once you decide that percentage, stick to your plan. Don't make the common investment mistakes. Do your research. Diversify. Understand the power of compounding. Know your risk tolerance. But don't make the mistake of not taking any risk at all. And make sure you're in your 401k. The matched money is free money.